Greetings, people of YouTube. It's your boy Zelkulad here with a really quick video. First, I want to get this out of the way. I'm sorry I haven't been posting for like about 3 months now. I have been not in the best creative mood, if I'm being honest with you. I just been very depressed, and there are times I just don't want to make videos, and I just wanted to get myself like a little vacation. But I was working on the Spider-Man one. Like, I do have 30 minutes of raw footage I still haven't edited, and I'm gonna take a while with that video because I have a lot more to say about it, as well as talking about like the other Spider-Man figure I got. With that being said, I wanted to make this short video because I feel like it's wrong that I didn't really make anything in 3 months, but at the same time I wanted to give myself a little vacation, just get my head out of my ass and, well, make videos. And I already have plans on making another Left 4 Dead video similar to that of the Star Versus one, with 2 other characters in mind. I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to spoil it, but the video I want to make right now is gonna be short and quick. I'm gonna try to like get through this because it's really gonna be it's gonna be really short. So, well, not really short. It's still gonna be long, so it'll be long enough for you guys to enjoy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I literally just woke up. I think I'm on the fucking meds. So, I actually wanted to make a video like this for a long while. I just didn't know what to do. I wanted to showcase figures, but I didn't know which ones. So like Marvel Legends, NECA ones. Then I thought, oh wait, what about the figures I collected earlier? And here is a box of that. Sorry that it's kind of dirty right now because I don't know why it's like that. It was never like that. But again, I haven't seen this box in roughly around 4 years. I mean, I did open it kind of like a few months back, but I only just opened it just to put a little Bowser figurine that one of my friends gave me during an anime convention that we went to. And other than that, I don't really remember what's in the box. Or at least, I don't remember what was in the box. I do know what's in the box, if you know what I mean. So, what you see right here is a box full of World of Nintendo figures. And you may be wondering, like, what, you mean the 4-inch ones? Nope. There's actually 2 different versions of the World Nintendo line. There is the regular 4-inch figures, which I do have the Mario one. This is actually the oldest figure in my collection. The very first figure in my collection. And yeah, can you believe this figure's 10 years old now? Like, wow, you see this guy so many times, and they're still selling these things. This was my very first action figure to my collection. I wouldn't say it was the first that got me into collecting. That wasn't until I got the Legacy Collection White Ranger where I started to spend all my money on plastic shit. Back then, I only collected like video game merch, mostly from Nintendo. But I also collected the 2-inch line, that's what the box contained. Now keep in mind, I don't remember most of the figures in there. I only remember like the first few of them. But I will try my best to remember all of them, because like I said before, I remember majority of them, but not all of them. With that being said, let's get this thing open. I think I put it the wrong way. Hang on a second. Actually, I thought about, like, instead of like showing off prematurely about all the figures in my collection, I'm gonna show them off one by one. It's kind of funny, I pulled this out. This is the first World Nintendo Tiny Mario figure, and actually the paint on these things are not too bad. Yeah, there's a little bit of splotching with the skin color of the nose on the mustache, but for a tiny figure like here it is, like compared to like a 4-inch Mario, you can see that actually the 2-inch one looks a lot better compared to the 4-inch one, because maybe it's because the eyes don't look like he's drugged the fuck out. Yeah. Oh no! I shouldn't have taken that acid! That's a terrible Mario part, I'm sorry, I can only do Luigi. So these figures only have like minimal articulation, and most of them are pre-posed. So they're not gonna be like your standard like action figures. They don't have like great posability, but these are really cool tiny figurines, and honestly, it makes me sad that they don't make them anymore. I mean, they kind of do, but not, because these things are used to been bundled individually. And yesterday I went to Walmart to see if they still have these, and unfortunately they don't sell them individually like these anymore. It's pretty sad that they don't sell them like by themselves anymore. They only sell them in like packs, which cost like $20. These were like $4 back then. Yeah, it's a little bit too much, but honestly, for $4, the paint is actually not that bad. Just gonna set this guy right here. Oh my god! This is not a World Nintendo, but it does relate to Nintendo. I actually picked out 2 of them. This is a really old vinyl Mario figure I got as a kid. Now, this is not my original one. Oddly enough, I think I still have the original one in here, but this is the second. Believe it or not, this is actually the 3rd Mario figure I got. I bought this because my original one got messed up because it was pre-posed and it came with a stand. The stand broke off, so you could no longer like get up again. Dick joke. And when I saw that they made a Mario little figurine that's like a neutral pose, I ended up buying it. In fact, this was my main Mario figure for a long while. You can see that he hasn't aged the best. I mean, he actually looks great now looking at it, but the nose kind of rubbed off, which means that this figure's been through a lot. Not as much as my original one, but this one is like, he looks really good for what he was. It's copyright logo, 2007. Jesus Christ, really old figure. Wow, to see the original Mario vinyl next to the World Nintendo, it's like, wow, that figure's a lot more shorter. And the other Nintendo figure I got out is a Inkling figure. I do have an Inkling Girl World Nintendo action figure from the 4-inch line. This is like, I bought this just because, well, I got her and wanted to buy the Inkling, which is honestly, this is one of the worst figures in the World Nintendo lines because it doesn't really come with a stand or anything like that. Just this squid as itself, and without a stand, it's just pretty much a useless figure. You can't really stand it up or do anything with it. It's literally just a flat piece of plastic. But hey, at least it's still nicely painted like the other figures. However, I would say this is not worth the $4. It should have been worth less than that. It should have been like a Gachapon thing that's like worth a quarter, really. And we got Cat Luigi. I think I have Cat Mario in here. Oh my god, he got little scratches on him. But then again, they're all been huddled up in the box with no protection. So I got Cat Luigi. Nothing much to say about it. I just bought him because why not? Like I said, I got nothing to say. I just have a Cat Luigi figure. Next up on the, let's see what we have here. Oh, we got the Inkling Boy, and I actually do have a 4-inch version of this guy. However, I still have his gun. It's just it's gonna take a while for me to find it in this box, but yeah, I got the I'm not sure if I do have the. Oh, this thing comes off? Wow, I didn't know it came off. One of the only few 2-inch figures to have accessories. Actually, for what he is, like a 2-inch figure, he's not that badly painted. Wow, these are really good. It's sad when a 2-inch figure is much more better painted than fucking Hasbro's Marvel Legends, and that's sad. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of a bubbling going on in the arm, and that's... and then again, these are 2-inch figures, so I don't expect good quality, but still have better paint job than Marvel Legends. Waluigi! This is actually... I know, this is the first figure in this collection that I ever got. The second one I remember was Toon Link. I think I may have contradicted earlier, but no, this is the first figure. The very first Waluigi. I did eventually get the re-release of the 4-inch figure, which unfortunately kind of sucks because one of his legs is kind of loose, and it's weird because I haven't opened him at all. It's like brand new figure and it's very loose, and actually to get a Waluigi figure is pretty nice. Like, these are really nicely painted figures, and the second one is a Shy Guy. What I liked about the World Nintendo 2-inch vinyl figures is that these scale perfectly with the if you get the enemies, they scale perfectly with the 4-inch figures, since they are supposed to be small. I know they made World Nintendo versions like from the 4-inch life with Shy Guy, but he's like overly too big, and yeah, I'd rather go with a 2-inch figure. And it still had the same posability anyway, so I don't know why would you get the 4-inch version, which is just a big version of this. Next in the bin, oh, pull out 2 more figures, and oh my god, it's Olimar. Fun fact, this is actually the last figure of the Series 1 wave. Like, this Mario right over there is part of that series, and it's one of the only few figure waves I ever managed to complete next to the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. And honestly, this is the only figure we're ever gonna get of Olimar. He has no articulation, he's pre-posed, but it's a really nice figure actually. I kind of forgot I had Olimar. The only thing I don't like is that the helmet has a seam line around it, which I understand why they add that in there. Because if you try, if it's just like the regular, I don't think they could fit a regular helmet inside of his head because it's just like really big. But well, it was actually nicely painted. I really like this figure. I never played Pikmin, but it's a really nice figurine. I think they made other Pikmin characters, I just don't have them. I think, I don't remember. And we got Cat Mario. Just like the Luigi, I have nothing to say with this one. Although it's kind of weird that Cat Mario is yellow instead of red. I don't know why. I mean, the other characters are correspond with their colors, but not this one. Well, then again, I think if I remember correctly, Toad was blue for his cat suit. I'm not sure if it was Blue Toad or the regular Toad that we see in the games as a playable character. I do have that game, it's just I don't remember at all because I never picked Toad. But like I said, these are really nice figures. I don't own the 4-inch versions of the Cat Mario suit because I really don't care about the cat suits. But I was surprised that this was featured in the Mario movie. Pretty nice. And here we have the character that nobody fucking wanted in Smash, but we still got him anyway. It's the Piranha Plant. They did recently made a 4-inch figure of the Piranha. No, they didn't recently. They made one like a long while ago, which I was thinking about getting it, but I don't know. It's basically just the same as this one, but a lot bigger. I think it might have an articulated jaw. I can't remember. Not much to say. I'm gonna put it next to Waluigi because fuck you. And here is the second figure that I got from World Nintendo. This is Toon Link. Yeah. The only other figure I know that also has accessories because his shield is actually removable. I actually bought this figure twice, actually. Well, I bought one for a friend many years ago. And, oh my god, for a 2-inch, the shield's actually pretty nicely painted. Like, you can look at all that detail. How is it that a small figure can show off really good detail, but modern figures can't do that? I'm not gonna list names of it, but yeah, it's gonna be a while for me to name lists, name names, but I'm mostly gonna be talking about Marvel Legends. But yeah, this is my very first Link figure from the World Nintendo line for all of them, really. I did eventually get Skyward Sword Link years like a week later, and I got Toon Link like 2 years ago, like the version 2 where you have a smiling face. Unfortunately, I lost the Wind Waker, which I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. But this is a really nice figure. God, I really do miss this line. These are really cool lines. This is actually from a Gachapon that I bought from Hot Topic. I bought 2 of them because they were on sale. They were like $2. And these are just figurines. They don't do anything. They're very nicely painted for what they are. Oddly, I got both Toon Link and Tetra. And what's cool about these, they actually came with these little display stands, like this little Peggle and then this Bussy. And just where you can plug in the stand. And they actually came with little accessories. I think I remember correctly. Link came with, I think Link came with, the Phantom Hourglass? Like a little tiny Phantom Hourglass. And I think Tetra came with a heart. I don't remember, correct me if I'm wrong. But these are really nice. Like, really nice figurine. Probably gotta put it to the side until I find its stand. I don't think it can stand on its own, can it? Nope. Once again, it's got tiny ass feet. Oh look! The Metroid! Yeah, they made a little tiny Metroid figure. I am aware they made a big version, like a deluxe version of this Metroid figure, which is a lot more detailed. But again, I prefer the smaller figures for certain characters, because why would you need a big ass Metroid for like the World Nintendo line, for the 4-inch line? Like, I mean, he's massive. I think he's like 6 inches tall. Like, I don't recall giant Metroids. I haven't played Metroid in a long time, so I can't remember. But I will say that I bought this because I do have a Samus figure from World Nintendo, and I actually bought another one for a friend who really likes Metroid, and he was really happy that I got him that, as well as a Zero Samus amiibo. This is a really nice figure again. Like, although I will say that the deluxe version is a lot better in terms of the paint job. But other than that, like, they actually managed to paint the little yellow dots inside of the Metroid. That's pretty cool. Oh my god. This is my very first Luigi figure. This, to be honest, I don't know what company made this and the other Mario I showed, but this was my only Luigi toy I ever gotten as a kid. As a copyright 2007 as well. I remember I was at a GameStop with my friend years ago, and I just stumbled upon this and the other Mario figure, not that one, but a completely different one. And I was like, oh my god, they're from that. These are the same figures that one YouTuber I used to watch used. And back then, this was the only Mario figure I could get a hold of. Like, there weren't that many Mario action figures at the time, and I didn't get the back then more common Popco figures. I only had Luigi from that line. Never got Mario for some reason. But I did buy Mario for a friend's birthday. And sometimes he will bring Mario over and we'll just make funny videos, which I don't have, so don't ask. And yeah, you can see that this figure is like, he's worn out, like the paint is rubbing off from his glove. This is a very, wow, actually, looking back at this Luigi, like, he's very dark green compared to the, I don't have the World Nintendo Luigi, but here is the movie Luigi. Wow, he's really big. Wow. Wow, the green is really different. It's a darker shade of green. But yeah, I had so much memories with this little guy. So much good memories. And here we have another Link, but this is from Majora's Mask. This is Deku Link. Deku Link. Sorry, sometimes I cannot pronounce that right. Comes with a little flower. Minimal articulation like all the other figures. This is a really nice figure. I don't have Skull Kid, unfortunately. I think Skull Kid was also in the 4-inch line too, which figure's hard to get a hold of. But this is a really nice figure. I didn't play Majora's Mask. Well, only like a couple of times. But other than that, like this, I still got it I still got this Link regardless because he is a nicely painted figure. Like these 2-inch figures are really nicely painted for what they are. And again, how is it that these small ass figures have better paint jobs than Marvel Legends? Oh, speaking of Marvel Legends, here is the Marvel Legends Spider-Ham figure, and seriously, the fact that they didn't put webs on this guy, like they sculpted in the webbing, but then bother painting the webbing. Again, like this is a $20 figure, and yet it's like these $4 figures have much better paint job than this one. Like they truly did not skip any detail, especially the Inkling boy, because that one has a lot of detail, especially in the sneakers and the shirt. This one's just like basic and plain and doesn't, like, why does he not have articulation on the legs? Like, for fuck's sake, I mean, these I can understand because these are just little tiny figurines, but this is supposed to be a superposable figure and it's like fucking shit. Fuck that shit. And here we got Bob-omb. I don't have the red one, unfortunately. And oh, the little thing actually turns around, so I can recreate that scene from the Mario movie. The bad one, not the good one from the 1993 movie. Bob-omb. And not much to say here. You can articulate his feet. They don't move up and down. I think they did make a 4-inch version of this guy, but again, like, if you want a accurate size Bob-omb, you just go with the 2-inch one. I think they still sell the Bob-omb, but mostly in like character pack. Wow, this is a really unique figure. I have the 8-bit Mario. This is a really cool figurine. I actually did like how they made Link, Luigi, and Donkey Kong in this style, like based on their original NES counterparts. Especially this Mario, like they could have just done like how the Amiibo did, where it's just painted an 8-bit Mario, like in his new colors. But I'm glad that they kept it in this NES colors, because this is how I first saw Mario as a kid. This was my first exposure to Mario. I remember Mario being this way, and well, without like Mario, I wouldn't like be into video games. I still miss my NES, but I do have Super Mario Deluxe, which I think is the worst way of playing the classic Mario because of screen crunching. Other than that, like, there's nothing on the back, so there's not gonna be like a weird like 2015. Jesus Christ, this figure's almost 10 years old. Jesus, I feel like some of these I got, but then it's like when I see the date on these things, I'm just like, fuck me, I'm getting old. I've been collecting for almost 10 years. And this figure kind of reminded me that I've been doing that, because that's literally the same year I started collecting. In fact, this is the same year I got this guy. And this guy was 1 year old when I bought him. And here we have, let's pull up another two. Here we got Donkey Kong. I bought this at a Rite Aid years ago. Like, I had a gift card from Rite Aid. I think that was the name of the store. And I was trying to look around, and they had a toy section or something I could spend the $5 gift card, and I found this Donkey Kong. He came in a different packaging, because I forgot to mention, some of the World Nintendo vinyl figures came in a much more open package, and some came in a bubble package. this is one of the only ones that came in the bubble package, and I never opened it until later on. And believe it or not, this is actually my only Donkey Kong figure at the time until I got the World Nintendo one when they started to re-release it again. And now I am aware they made a 4-inch version, which honestly I kind of wish they just redid the deluxe figure with new articulation instead of just giving us a more posable Donkey Kong that's in the 4-inch line, which is very out of scale with the other figures. But other than that, this is a really... Oh, for a minute I thought they get the game like a very detailed ass, but you can barely see it on the camera. Nice chunky figure. Here we got is the Goomba. Just the Goomba. He can articulate, so you can actually make him move like how he does in the games. Just... I don't know why the fuck I did that. But the good thing about this figurine is that, again, in scale with the 4-inch figure, because I am aware that they did make like a 4-inch version of this thing, which actually that one can work, because in Super Mario 64 there's a level like, was it Tiny Small Island, Tiny Big Island? I can't remember what the name of the level was, but there were big Goombas in the game, and that can work. Yeah, these are really nicely painted figures. And then we got Luigi, who's part of the first wave. Again, not that many points of articulation, but actually bringing back the other Luigi. They kind of look almost identical in terms of how they're somewhat posed. Maybe if I do this. Yup, there we go. The only difference is that his arms, the new one's arms are like extended upwards, while the other one's just like lowered. Other than that, they're kind of in a similar pose. Wow, what a difference like a few years make. Like this one's 2007. When was this figure released? Doesn't really say when this figure came out, but when I got these, they were like 2015, so like an 8-year difference. Oh, Luigi's like a lot more of it's been putting on a tan. This one's like very, very pale. Oh yeah, and also I found Inkling Boy's gun. I'm probably gonna give it to him later. Oh look, we got a recolor. Yeah, I did bought one of the Mario recolors. This is the Metal Mario figure, and honestly, for a figure they could just easily slap silver on this thing and call it a day, they actually bothered giving him like some detail. Like they actually like gave him eye detail and even kept his M on his hat. Like they didn't have to do that, but I'm glad they did. They could have just left it like all silver, like in the Super Mario 64 game, and even in later ones. Like they could have just kept it silver and called it a day. But I'm glad that they actually like gave it some little detail. It actually makes this figure a lot more interesting. And again, doesn't look as cheap. I mean, I will say that they could have just actually, I was gonna complain about how like thick the paint is, but honestly, no, it actually works well because it kind of gives it like a metallic look to it. So that's when the thickness of the paint actually does this figure a favor. I tried standing him up, but he's not gonna stand up. And we got Tetra. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool that we got a Tetra figure. It's kind of sad that we never got a 4-inch Tetra figure. Like we got Toon Link and we got Toon Ganondorf, which is the only 6-inch Ganondorf in the World Nintendo line. Because again, the deluxe figures were like meant for bigger characters like Bowser and Donkey Kong, but like they never made a regular size Tetra figure, or at least regular in terms of like in the scale wise. But it's the only Tetra figure that they ever made. At first I thought this was the other Tetra figure from the Gachapon, but nope, it's the World Nintendo one. This one articulates. And believe it or not, this figure actually came with a stand. She has these little peg holes on her feet. And yeah, they actually did manage to paint the straps of her sandals. For again, with every character when we have really tiny feet. And it works well that she has a stand because she can actually stand the fuck up. This was something that I wish that Toon Link, though, that's fallen over. Actually, I kind of wish some of these figures came with stands because some of them can't stand them, some of them don't. I'm gonna put this aside for now because I'm gonna see if I can find her stand. And honestly, I wasn't gonna look in the box, but I'm just gonna pick randomly now because there's not that much in the box at the moment. But here's a Chain Chomp. I think they did make a 4-inch Chain Chomp, which I would say works better, but I remember there's smaller ones too. And yes, he does come with a chain. They could have easily just left this pre-posed, but I'm glad they didn't. Not much to say, it's just one ball. He doesn't have a flat surface, so he's not gonna stand up at all. He has a scratch mark. Where did they get scratched? I'll take care of that later. Oh, here's the other Tetra. I just randomly grabbed it. What the hell? That just happened. Here is the other Tetra figure, and instead of putting on a smirk face, she just puts up the "oh my god, put me down," or "I just don't want to deal with this shit" face. And oh, Tetra kind of looks a bit messy in this one, like not as precise as the World Nintendo one. But I guess the eyes are a lot better painted. But then again, these are a lot more smaller figures. And again, she does come with a stand, just like the other Toon Link. I wonder if they actually bother painting the... No, they didn't bother painting the stands because, again, too small. So she's just gonna look like Aladdin, just barefoot. Probably someone's fetish out there, not mine. You know, I would make the obvious, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna put, again, both of these aside. And, what the hell is this? Oh, Boo! Yeah, they made a Boo figure. They also made one for the World Nintendo 4-inch line, and this is like the only one that they had, they made at the time. They still gave him articulation in the arms, which again is something that they didn't need to do, but I'm glad it's there anyway. This is a really nice figure. I kind of wish they made a Luigi's Mansion action figure for World Nintendo. The only one that exists is the Joyride figure, and surprised that they never made a Luigi Mansion figure for World Nintendo. Like, they could have easily like gave him like the fucking vacuum cleaner. I forgot what it's called, like the Poltergust 3000, and they never gave Luigi that. Anyway, so many fucking Luigis in the World Nintendo line, but they never gave us a Luigi's Mansion Luigi. This figure actually has a flat bottom, so you can actually like stand still. I just grab a handful of World Nintendo figure, and here is Princess Peach. My very first Peach figure. I don't even own the World Nintendo one yet, but I do have Daisy, so yeah, I did eventually get Peach. She has articulation. Yeah, she has articulation in the head. Now, this figure is pretty funny for one reason only. When you look at the bottom, she's like very hollow, but oh wait, I thought she would have like the feet would just stick out. They actually gave her actual legs. I actually forgot that she has legs. And she's apparently not wearing panties. Oh my. I could have swore like this figure had where the legs just stick out just over there, and they didn't bother giving her full legs, but they actually bothered giving her full legs, which is something I did not expect. And speaking of princesses, here is Princess Daisy. Oh, yeah, it kind of looks like like an inbred child. So this is my first Princess Daisy figure. It's part of the same line as both the Mario and Luigi vinyl figures, like the little tiny ones that don't pose at all. I think this was my sister's, but later on she just kind of gave it to me and I kept it ever since. But now that I got the World Nintendo, actually not really called World Nintendo, I got the Super Mario Brothers 4-inch Daisy figure, I am going to use that instead. This is just a solid piece of plastic. They didn't bother giving away. What? There's a copyright date on it? 2007. Okay. And we got Black Yoshi. Not even gonna talk much more about it because obvious reason. Dr. Mario. Yeah, they made a Dr. Mario figure, which I'm surprised they haven't made a 4-inch one yet. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, he does. Just a little bit, and he has articulation in the legs, like it just moves side to side. It's actually pretty cool that they gave him like the pill. Yeah, I think it's a separate piece. No, you can't remove the pill. I don't think you can remove it. But it's really cool that we got a Dr. Mario figure. Kind of wish they made a 4-inch one too, so we can have, you know, a different Mario instead of just recolors of Marios and Marios with different hands and faces. Come on, Jax, give us a different Mario. And here we got Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. Now, I can't even remember if I bought this or I got this as a Christmas present, but it's Tom Nook. I generally don't know why I have this. I never actually play Animal Crossing at all, so having this is kind of random. But then again, I do have an Olimar figure. I never played Pikmin before, so I don't know why I have this. I feel like a certain friend of mine is probably gonna make that joke. Wow, Tom Nook has really tiny feet, and yet he can stand up perfectly fine. I feel like it's because his big ass tail is probably like helping him balance more, so they can support his weight or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I will say that I did found the fucking basis for the the Gachapon Link and Zelda, which they both have the Phantom Hourglass logo. That's what it is. Which is weird because I don't remember Tetra appearing in that game. Then again, I don't play much Zelda. Okay, this is not. This is for Link. It's too thick. Let's see if it actually fit in there. It doesn't. Actually, with the stand, it actually looks really nice. It's like a little tiny McFarlane statue, except not overpriced and wants you to get into NFTs. Fuck you, Todd. There's Tetra. Find Tetra. Oh, speaking of the devil and his shallow pier, I found Tetra's stand. There we go. Still, I'm surprised that she's the only figure in the World Nintendo line that comes with a little tiny stand. Not even Toon Link or other characters with tiny ass feet. Maybe the Mario could have took like a lesson or two about how to stand the fuck up. Hello, Future Zelkulad here, and just when I was done filming, my mom ended up calling me on the phone asking me if I wanted to go to the mall, and I said sure. So I went inside of the mall, just wandering around, went to inside of a Macy's, and they have a Toys R Us there. So I looked inside of the Toys R Us, and there wasn't really much interesting stuff. There mostly just a lot of like toys meant for, you know, younger children. Which, now thinking back, these toys could be considered. Actually, no, you wouldn't give this to a 3-year-old. They'll probably choke on it. So I went inside, tried to look to see what figures they had, and of course they had Nintendo figurines, most of which are from the 2-inch line. However, it's not World Nintendo since that line is kind of dead for a long ass while. They kind of turned into just a Mario toy line at this point. And of course, I did bought one of the figurines. So, and remember how I said earlier that I felt like I was missing certain figures? Well, I did say I was missing a Mario figure that kind of resembles that Mario, but a lot closer to the scale of this guy. Well, I have him, but this is a completely different figure. And here he is. Here is the new 2-inch Mario. Now, like I said before, the World Nintendo line, more or less like tiny pre-pose statues. This one's meant to be more like a toy to play with. Now, I did say that I have seen a figure like this before. However, this seems to be like a retooling of that exact same Mario figure. Now, what I meant by that is that you notice that he has like ball jointed legs. The real like 2-inch Mario figure didn't have this, which I might end up buying, but he's like only available with a playset, which I don't know, I'm not really too big in those playsets. But he also has arms that can move up and down, and wrist articulation that's honestly a lot more posable than I expect in a 2-inch action figure, although not nearly as posable as that 2-inch Mega Man figure I have, which I would bring him out, but I don't have him with me right now. Other than that, like, honestly, for a $5 figure, he's nicely painted. Like, the sculpt is pretty nice, very simplistic. Like, barely any bad paint at all, and it's kind of sad since, you know, a $20 figure can't even do a good job at having good-ass paint, although it's probably due to the fact that certain parts are molded, like the hair and the mustache, but you don't have to worry about Mario's, like, big ass nose like bleeding through the mustache. But other than that, like, it's a really nicely painted figure. Like, the eyes are nicely painted, the eyebrows, buttons, and even the hat is nicely painted, like, or at least the little white on the M, which I forgot to mention, like, in the World Nintendo, the 4-inch one, like, the white is pretty faded, almost borderline pink at that point, since they didn't put an extra coating of white paint. I really like this figure a lot. Like, would I buy the other figures from this line? Probably not. But I may... Actually, no, you know what? I may actually buy another one. If I find Luigi, I will buy Luigi. But don't expect for me to make an update video, because I'm probably not gonna, you know, find more like 2-inch figures from Jakks Pacific. Not even Sonic. Now, before I get to the last figure, there's a bit of an update, and also, before I get to that, here is Inkling Boy with his gun. Pretty nice. Also did fix the ink tank, because I had it in the wrong way. It was like this for some reason. So in case anyone saw that I got the tank upside down, like, I did fix it. I realized until I finished like filming. So there it is. Now, a little bit of an update. So while I was like cleaning my room, putting some stuff away, I looked inside my closet and I found one of the packages from World Nintendo. Now, I'll show you what these 2-inch figures usually come in. Most of the figures I got from this line usually came in this style of packaging. Most, like I said, it's like opened. There's not really much to protect other than just a random like white wire that goes around the figure. You can see where the wire used to be. And then there's the bubble packaging, which the only figure that they came in this from my collection was Donkey Kong and this Mario. So this is basically what these 2-inch figures usually came in. Sometimes they'll come in like multi-packs. Now, the reason why I brought that up because I found the package for the Metroid. You can see that it's open, and the reason why it's open because there was a stand inside of this thing. Now remember when I said that Tetra is the only figure in my collection with a stand, or at least the only one I've seen with a stand? Well, I was entirely wrong about that. There were some World Nintendo figurines with stands like Tingle, and Metroid actually had a stand. There it is. There it is. There's a little stand, and it's actually meant to go inside of the Metroid. I didn't even know that this was a thing. Like, the reason why I didn't know this because how it was packaged, like, it's an all-white background, and it's hidden behind this plastic thing. Like, can you even see it? Not really. Like, you can barely notice that there was a stand inside of this thing. I bet a lot of people threw away the Metroid packaging and not realize there was a stand inside of this thing. And I thought it was just a weird indent. I'm actually surprised I haven't even thrown this packaging away, because I threw away most of the packaging for the World Nintendo figures. And I only kept some for, like, examples. And if you guys wondering, like, do the other figures came with stands? Nope. I actually even checked to see if I didn't throw away, like, that Inkling right behind Mario. But that thing had a stand. Nope, that thing does not have a stand of any sorts. So, yeah, I'm surprised that this thing had a stand. I mean, it could still stand on its own fine with these little talons this thing has, but other than that, like, I mean, it's nice that it includes one. Just kind of wish that they would actually mention it in the packaging before I almost throw the fucking thing away. And now we're at the end of the video, and I think it's about time I'll show you guys what's essentially one of the rarest figures in my collection. Now, I own a couple of rare figures, or at least sought-after figures. I own the Scud, the disposable assassin figure, and I own the NECA Simon Belmont figure. And those figures are considerably, like, one of the hardest figures to get a hold of, especially in the secondary market. Well, the figure I have in my hand is so rare that it's not even mentioned in the back of the box. Normally, when you look at the back of the box, they always show you which figures are available. This one is so rare that it doesn't even tell you about it. Here we have the limited edition star-powered Mario. Yup, this is the rarest figure in my collection. It's essentially just a pearlescent version of the standard Mario figure. And this is not painted, this is actually molded in the pearlescent white plastic with a shining coat. It's exactly the same figure. Doesn't have much detail going around the figure, unlike the Metal Mario, which has like eyes in the M. This one's just star-powered Mario. Now, not to be confused with Starman Mario, because this is a completely different figure. And that one has like a weird gloss that looks like he's covered himself with petroleum jelly. But this one is molded in the pearlescent white. Now, there is a 4-inch version of this guy. That one is not rare. That one you can easily find on the internet. This one, it's so hard to find this guy on the internet that a lot of the searches usually refer to the other figure or even the 4-inch one. Finding information on this guy, when the last time I looked for him, was impossible. In fact, I got this figure years ago at a Walmart. I was at a Walmart, pretty shit day too, and I was just looking around like the checkout aisle, because that's usually where most of these figures are being sold at. And I was trying to see if I can buy some World Nintendo figurines. And lo and behold, I saw this particular Mario that I'd never seen before. And I saw that it was like completely pearlescent. And it even had different packaging, and I'll show you the package. Yes, I actually kept it. 1 of 3,000. This is different from the standard packaging. You can see that this one has red, this one's completely white, but when you turn it around, it's still red. And here's the weird thing. Like I said before, this is all the figures from Series 1, which I have all Series 1. But they never tell you about this guy. He's nowhere in the packaging. He's not even in the original packaging either. He just kind of shows up in stores. And the fact there's like 3,000 of these made, meaning that practically got a pretty rare figure. And I think the last time I saw him being sold for was like $120. Pretty sure it would go up in price soon. I got him for only like the same price as the other guys, like about $4. And to this day, this is probably one of my prized possessions. Well, one of, again, the Scud figure, the Cyan Belmont's one of my prized possessions. But this one is a pretty nice figure. While I can't articulate very well, he is pretty nice to look at. And honestly, looking back at all of these, while it's not much, I have fun collecting these figures. And I'm kind of sad I don't collect these anymore. I stopped collecting them once I started getting into like other figure lines like Marvel Legends. I got into NECA, the SH. I built some model kits. I got pretty much every figure, which are a lot more expensive. But looking back at these guys, it's like, yeah, they don't pose that great. They're mostly just miniature statues with added posability. But it's weird that these smaller figures, for the most part, are nicely painted for $4. And it's sad when a $20 figure doesn't have good paint jobs at all. I'm not even just talking about Marvel Legends. Like, I even have this Buzz Lightyear figure right here. And you can see some paint mishaps on this guy. And that's also $20. I'm just gonna bring that up because I did look over the footage and a lot of people are gonna assume I hate Hasbro Marvel Legends. I don't. I like Marvel Legends. I like other lines. Not every line is perfect. But Marvel Legends is just easy to make fun of because, well, Hasbro is pretty cheap when it comes to their figures. Especially since I saw their recent reveal of that anime series Spider-Man, once again with no fucking hands, what the fuck. But I will say that going back to these guys, I wish I got more of these. I wish I had more of these. I did try finding like just the figures in these packages, but I have seen some of the Mario figures in this style of packaging. It's unfortunate we'll never get to see the other Nintendo characters, like no Zelda, no Splatoon, not even Metro. I don't even have the Samus one, which I really want that one. I don't have any of these characters because I missed out on them. I don't even have Skull Kid, and I try to see if I can buy these figures by themselves. But nowadays they're very expensive to get a hold of, like they're worth $10 and more money than that. And honestly, like, I don't want to spend $10 on a 4-inch figure. That seems kind of ludicrous. But I'll never get rid of these guys, because these are really fun, tiny collectible figures back when they were new. Maybe I will find the 2-inch lines again. You know, I'll collect the Mario ones, but it just wouldn't be the same, because the World Nintendo line had a very unique, diverse cast of characters, and it's sad that Jakks Pacific doesn't do these figures anymore. Rarely do they ever focus on other Nintendo properties. I only saw they only did Metroid and Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom. And that's all they ever get for action figures. They don't really do any other characters, unfortunately. But maybe one day they will re-release these guys again. Who knows? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a pretty long one. I know I said it was going to be a short video, but I also said it was going to be a very long video too. So, again, I hope you guys like this long video I made. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will get to making more videos. I'm still in the middle of the process of working on that CD Toys Spider-Man figures, particularly the Black Suit one. This guy is coming soon, as well as some other projects I did hold off in the meantime. Like I said, I'm a very busy guy, usually very busy with working from within my house,
I'm also trying to get more money, but one day I will go back into video making. You just need to be more patient, and I do have some stuff on the way. It's just a matter of time when they will be released. They will be out when they're done. With that being said, this is Zell signing off, and I hope you guys are doing well.